Baker, I've done this a few times. I've never been more excited to talk to a player than I am right now, dude. I'm ready. How's life? How you doing?
Good, man. Not a whole lot to complain about. Family's good. Obviously dealing with some adversity in the building with the injuries and whatnot, but it's just a good opportunity to see what people are made of and continue to lead in a good way.
You mentioned family. I was watching an interview this week that you and your wife, Emily, did with Michelle Beisner-Buck. And in the middle of it, Emily says, Baker's not for everybody. So what a quote. What a wife take. How do you explain what she means by that?
Yeah, that brutally honest on her part.
Let's go.
But I love it. It's for me, it's to explain that just being honest with everybody, saying what I'm thinking. And that comes with good and bad. I obviously going through things, admitting when I'm wrong and not, but also being, I guess, just upfront and open. Not everybody likes that, but that's okay. And it's just try and keep the relationships positive that, people I directly work around, the family, friends, loved ones, and obviously people in the building. And I think transparency is one of the most important things.
When you have someone who doesn't like how candid you are, can you tell right away that maybe this is a person I'm not for them?
Pretty quick.
Yeah.
You can tell pretty quick, and that's okay.
Well, I think it's fun because you have taken so much shit in your career from talking heads and fans. Right now, dude, you are a darling. People love you right now. What is it like being in your beloved era?
Honestly, just through all the ups and downs.
Yeah.
Being at the peak of it when it came to college, and then obviously the draft, getting picked #1 overall, and then you feel the highs, and then obviously I had the crash and burn there, a couple of low years, and so for me, it's not getting too high, not getting too low. Really being in the moment, being where my feet are at, trying to do everything I possibly can to lead this organization the best way, and go from there. And it's after being year 8 now, you realize the outside opinions truly don't matter. It's how you handle the relationships in the building, how you come to every day to work, how you lead, how you play, how you communicate with people. And if I can walk away from the building each day with my head held high about the relationships and how I handled each thing, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I can be proud of that.
You've had always this thing where I was a walk-on. Nobody wanted me. This team gave up on me. Nobody's given up on you now. You have a home, you have respect, you're winning, you're paid, it's everything. How do you keep that Baker Mayfield nobody believes in me edge when everybody believes in you?
Yeah. When you can always revert back to the memories and the feelings of when you were at your lowest point, when you have a home and a place that you can feel comfortable, not that I'll ever, feel comfortable, you never want to let it go. Once you get a taste of winning, once you get a taste of success in what this operation and day-to-day life in the NFL is supposed to look like, you don't want to let that go. And so you're hanging on to that for dear life and trying to improve in every way possible and go from there.
You want to protect it, what you've earned.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have a great thing here, and you mentioned the highs, the lows. I brought some pictures for you today.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. I got pictures. Your career is really a career of images. Okay. It's just like these frozen moments.
A lot of bad ones, too.
We'll see about that. I got some in the folder. I'm going to take you through a few. And I just want you to, how does the picture make you feel? Okay. And what do you want to say about it? Here's this one.
This is one of the ones that I was thinking, that's one of the bad ones.
What do you mean?
Look like I've been rode hard and put up wet in this. The mustache, not a good look. Probably should have touched up the hair, ready for the press conference. Yeah, that's in the midst of a struggle. You can tell that game probably didn't go very well.
I don't think it did. As we're sitting here in Florida now, it's easy to look at that and things are better. About Cleveland, them parting ways with you is something that has aged terribly. What has it been like from a distance, watching them struggle to develop a quarterback?
It's tough to not pay attention to it just because there's still people there that are genuine friends and were there for instrumental years of my life in this next chapter of the journey in the NFL. So watching from afar, but also then trying to balance that with what is really important, and that's how I handle my stuff here. And checking in every once in a while with people, but after that, I got priorities here in Tampa.
Are you on the text threads, like still checking in? How do you check in?
Not really checking in, kind of know what's going on, but just asking people how they're doing, how the families are doing, and go from there.
All right, picture 2. I'll take that one. I see this picture everywhere. It's an infamous picture. I'm sure you've seen it before.
Yep.
You laugh.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel?
Proud. This is 2022 with Carolina was a year that, after what I call being in limbo, technically being on the Cleveland roster in the offseason, but knowing I wasn't going to play for the Browns again, not knowing where I was going to be, and then getting traded early July, but not meeting my teammates till training camp. So I looked at 2022 as, okay, how can I be the best version of myself no matter what role I had? And that's from going in and competing with Sam and also having PJ Walker in the room. How can I support these guys, whether I'm starting, backup, or inactive? And this was during a blitz pickup period, and we're talking about protections, different twists and stunts. And so just trying to give the guys not that I'm going to give them a good pass rush look by any means, but just so they communicate and pass stuff off. And that's, for me, that was because when I was leaving Cleveland, some things got out that I was a bad teammate, and that's something that I won't stand for. That'll never be true about me. So I'm proud to say that in whatever role I had in Carolina, I did it with 100% effort and controlled everything I possibly could. And tape up the ankle when it's sprained and give the team a good scout team defensive end look.
It looks kind of badass. It's a good 3-point.
I'm going to have a high motor, probably not going to quit till the whistle.
A lot of tape, coach's son.
Jim Rat.
You know that.
Yeah.
Kurt Warner told me once in his very unique Hall of Fame career that there was a time he was running scout team for the Cardinals, and he was like, what am I doing? And this might be the end. Was there ever a moment for you through the journey where you're like, I don't know if this is going to work out?
I don't know if for me, I don't know if it got to that point. I think it was close to that.
Yeah.
And the refreshing part was the end of 22 when I got to LA. I got released by the Panthers, go to LA, found the joy and fun in football again with McVay and learning from those guys. Because we had nothing to lose. I had 5 games with them before I went into free agency, 5 games to learn from them. They weren't going to the playoffs. I wasn't doing anything. I didn't know where I was going, where that next chapter was going to be. So how can I just hit the reset button, find that fun in football again, and go from there? And so I don't know if I necessarily got to the point where I was questioning, am I ever going to start again, because of that refresher there in LA.
Rams Baker is a legend. I'm an all-timer.
I got pretty fat out there. It was about 2 months of hotel food. And, not good.
Well, here's the last picture. This one's special because this hasn't been taken yet, but I think it will be taken. I want to know how this makes you feel.
It's good Photoshop. I mean, that's the goal.
Yeah.
And that's, when people ask, like, you talk about how do you continue to have that edge? I don't have one of these yet. And that's, as a quarterback, as a high competitor, this is the ultimate goal. And so, like I was saying, once you get a taste of success, we have the team to do it. And when that is a reality, it makes you strive and work even harder for it. And that's a big one. So hopefully that it'll be real, and I won't have a mustache in the real one.
Don't have a Super Bowl mustache if you get there, right? Would you go beard, clean shaven?
There's no telling what I'll do at that point.
All right, so I'm going to play to something that is one of your strengths, but I want to get through this.
Okay.
You are a master deflector. You're maddeningly self-deprecating. Any comment that's positive or any compliment that comes to you, it's the teammates, it's the O-line, it's the coaches, it's the fans, which is great. But I want to know something that you personally do on the field that you think you are great at and deserve praise for. What do you do really well on the field?
I mean, I think I can make every throw that a quarterback needs to make. I think I've always had special arm talent. But for me now, I think the best thing on the field is just the communication, get guys on the same page. And that's well before we get on the field on game day.
Yeah.
And that's throughout the week. But that's also a tribute to the guys paying attention, being locked in, to where we've talked about certain things in meetings. And, every week you have a 2-minute meeting. And this year we've had, I don't know how many 2-minute drives that we've needed. And so guys realize that when we cover this stuff in meetings, it's vital on game day. It's really, really important. So I think the stuff that I communicate throughout the week, and then when that communication comes to life on Sundays or whatever day we play, that's the most important part.
And you got a rocket arm. You can make every throw.
Appreciate it.
And your scrambling's just getting better with age, dude.
Yeah, I don't understand that part.
It's
That'll
awesome.
be confusing for me for a long time.
Well, we love it in the media, and that's why I want to end with media. You have a very colorful relationship with the media. Up, down, everywhere. It's always interesting to watch. What is something in NFL media that you admire and respect?
I think if you're open and honest with them, they're not going to beat you down. And I think if you try and say something but do something else, I don't know. Being authentic, I think good reporters, good media respect that. And they're not going to tear you down when you're telling them, this is where I messed up. Flat out, that's on me. I got to be better. I got to do this. I think that's the part that's special, is when you actually build a relationship. You're not saying that they're the enemy, but you can just have a general conversation with them. That's the important part.
What is something in NFL media that just drives you crazy?
You know, some of the storylines get old, but it is what it is. They got to get paid. They got to pay their bills too. So answer the questions and move on, even if you don't like them.
You said something hilarious recently. Like, I'm getting championed now, but next week it's because I was arrogant or something. Like, you were right on with that.
Yeah.
And that resonates with you?
Yeah. At an early age, my dad introduced me to the movie The Natural. And there's a quote in there, you know, whatever it is, they're still going to write the story. So control what you can. And I think, you know, for me, it's being authentic, being myself, owning up to mistakes, being proud of who I am, and not afraid to admit that I don't have it figured out. You know, but if people are learning along with me along the way, not everybody needs to act like they have it figured out, because nobody really does. You're still trying to progress, improve each day, and that's to me, that's important.
You got some Roy Hobbs in you, dude. That's really cool. Listen, you may not be for everybody, but I think you're the man.
Appreciate
awesome
you,
to see
Cal.
you, brother.
Good to see you.
Thanks, Baker.
Yep.